Okay, I'm gonna call this meeting to order. Roll call.
McKnight.
Here.
Myers.
Here.
Roa.
Here.
Vogel.
Here.
Kinder.
Here. Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Public comment on agenda items.
None.
Presentation Summer Parks Program. They're not here.
Do we need someone to reach, you want me to reach out to Roseanne? Something?
Yeah. Okay, we can, I don't think we, like, let them know to come the week after.
I think we just start putting stuff on the agenda to manifest.
No, she asked to be on the agenda and then
Okay.
she was out of town and then we just didn't
Do
follow
we
up.
think for the next meeting?
16.
Do you remember that? All right, I'll offer the 16th.
Okay. Notice of executive session meetings.
There was an executive session meeting held immediately prior to this to discuss real estate.
Okay. Approval of minutes, August 19th, 2025, regular meeting minutes. Can I have a motion?
Motion. A second.
Discussion? Roll call?
McKnight.
Aye.
Myers.
Aye.
Roa.
Aye.
Vogel. Kinder.
Aye. Communications?
None.
Managers report.
Just two items. Just a reminder, on September 13th, the Wine, Brew, and Spirits Walk will be held that evening. And then we've also scheduled pizza with the police on September 25th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. This will be at FCCA. Chief Stefanucci, Corporal Allen will also be there from the state police to take questions from the community.
And where will that be held?
The FCCA.
Old business?
None.
New business. Discussion and motion. 2025 trick or treat.
So this year, Halloween falls on a Friday. Crawford Central is off that Friday. Traditionally, trick or treat would be on Thursday, then the 30th. Up to council to decide whether to continue Thursdays, the 30th, or actually Friday, the 31st, the date of Halloween.
I move Thursday, the 30th.
I also.
Yeah, because Fridays are football nights.
That was a motion that I made.
Oh, a motion.
Second.
Discussion.
Is there a reason we wouldn't, like, conformity with the rest of them?
No, other municipalities have been asking, so.
I was gonna say,
Have they said
no,
when they
no.
want to do it?
What's that?
Have they said when they want to do it?
No, they typically go off of when we go.
All right. Roll call.
Thursday?
McKnight.
Aye.
Myers.
Aye.
Roa.
Aye.
Vogel.
Aye.
Kinder.
Aye. Resolution, award bid and authorize signatures for fire department roof, Genesis Roofing, for $323,100. Can I have a motion?
Motion. Second.
Discussion?
Bids for the fire department roof replacement were opened on July 30th. There was some back and forth concerning who to award the bid to. There was one for review of Genesis Roofing, who was the lowest bidder. We've made some changes to liquidated damages, which Genesis has accepted. So the recommendation is to move forward with the lowest bidder of Genesis Roofing at $323,100. This is covered by CDBG funds.
For the record, all bids like this have a performance bond. Is that correct?
Correct.
Thank you.
We are legally obligated to go with the lowest bidder,
Lowest
The
qualified.
lowest responsible and responsive bidder.
Correct.
qualified, responsible, and responsive.
Look,
we can't give any preference to folks that are located in the city of Meadville who come in pretty close.
Why don't we try that? Someone lost a bid for $12, a local outfit.
Wow.
$12.
Kept all that.
They paid more than that in occupational privilege tax. But, because I had the same concern.
Yeah,
You weren't born when that happened.
I'm glad you're here to tell me about it.
Yeah.
And that's a state regulation, like we can't do that because of, is that? Yeah, that's state law. Okay. I'm just, right, like if there's something we can change to keep, I would
Change the state law.
change the state law.
Okay.
Anybody have any other questions? Roll call.
A resolution of the Council of the City of Meadville awarding a contract in the amount of $323,100 to Genesis Roofing for the City of Meadville's Fire Department roof replacement. McKnight?
Aye.
Myers?
Aye.
Roa?
Aye.
Vogel?
Aye.
Kinder?
Aye.
Sorry, do we know timeline on that?
It has to be completed by the end of November.
Oh, wow, okay.
So
That was
it
the
will-
quick turnaround that we had.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you.
Resolution amending ABC appointment policy.
So this is a resolution to update the current ABC appointment policy. So currently, it's that anybody can submit an application to be appointed. Council and a member of the ABC interview that person. The change will amend it to allow city staff to be appointed to one of the ABCs and not have to go through the interviewing process.
I know there were some questions, and that's why I didn't ask.
I have one, which is that some of our ABCs are created by ordinance, some have bylaws, and those are what stipulate who can serve, like eligibility, which trump, right, I guess, like, I would imagine that the ordinance that creates the authority and the bylaws of that authority would
Correct.
trump any other kind of.
Correct, yes. So
Our
the
policy.
amendment does say, based on the ABC and Municipal Authorities Act. So like RDA, you have to have a very specific business owner, resident, those are the qualifications to be appointed.
Right. Did you have any other?
Yeah, I'm just concerned about the not interviewing process, because then it seems like you could have someone, you know, who could come in and just bully their way. Like I'm trying to figure out how can, you know, it be a good fit for ABC and the community that's being served.
I would be amenable to striking the without having to go through the interview process. Piece, just so that there's also, because the precedent that's been set is also that the chair of that ABC is in on those, and so I think it prevents like a steamrolling effect or perception, if we can keep with the interview requirement, but still allow for the, regardless of residency provision.
I agree.
So,
Whip the votes.
huh?
You gotta whip the votes. You're the one for it.
Yeah. No. I was just, I'm just processing. So if we are appointing people, it wouldn't actually be, we're just allowing people who work for the city to get an interview if they don't live in the city. It's kind of what we're trading if we take off not having to go through the interview process, right? They would still go through the interview process or could not, so it wouldn't be.
I guess if this is addressing something else, this, I haven't, I don't know the other context that's here, right? So it's like on its face, that's where I would lean.
Yeah, I just think the interview process is good, because then you have, council and then a staff person, and then the other staff person. I just think it would kind of, it feels like it keeps more accountability and balance.
And I think it's why we have the process in the first place, is to
Right.
standardize how we are filling these seats. And I think I'm I'm open and amenable to having staff
Oh,
be
yeah.
considered.
Sure.
And like, I think in a lot of cases, that makes a lot of sense. But
I think that
it feels regressive.
let me ask, this, having staff be put on to an ABC is kind of like instead of a council member, right? Like kind of in that
Correct.
capacity,
Yeah.
in a vacancy, not in a, I mean, is that what we're, I'm just trying to figure out why this, you know what I mean, like, so.
So let's give an example of the mark. So the city, Westmead and Vernon all heavily pay towards the mark. Rob Horvat, township manager of Vernon, sits on the mark. There are representatives from the city in Westmead that also sit on the board. But at times it may be beneficial for a city staff person to sit on that board.
And I think that's compelling, and we could still vote in favor of that with the process. Sure. Right, like, with still having an interview process. I think that that's fine.
And if we're having an interview process, just to suss this out a little bit more, if we're gonna have the interview process, then we are appointing somebody in a private capacity, not a capacity, like a working for the city capacity. Like, so that's, I think that's where I'm, right, like if we appoint somebody for the city, if I said, I want Peter on this committee, or this ABC, then he would be a agent of the city. But if we go through the resident, or this appointment process, then they would be a private citizen. The reason I'm saying that is sometimes it gets muddied, and I wouldn't want, right, that would have to be clear as to who they're sitting on the board as. Do you think, like, as
I don't
council members,
think
we
so.
get put on the board and we are council members, right? Like, we're not,
But it's
I mean, we're also
no.
citizens.
No, because
but-
I'm sitting on the AC, if that's what it's about, I sit on the AC right now, I'm ready to get off, anybody apply, please. But I'm there as council, but also as it's impossible to actually think that we're only wearing one hat at a time. I think I don't think that that's productive. I think, like, can we just add on the application, like, are you a city staff person? Are you, like, not? I don't know, I guess. If there's more that we need to know to, like, understand what's prompting this, I'm happy to hear that. I just, on its face, this is.
Right.
This is how it's being received, so. Are we also saying with this that, like, we're not going to publicize the openings, right? Like, is that what this means, like, forgoing the interview process?
No.
That the opening's still publicized?
So if like you wanted April to sit on the water authority, she could not do that as a individual, but she could do it as a city staff person.
And I'm okay with that. But I'd like to talk to you about what your hopes and dreams are for the water authority. Like, that's all I'm saying. Like, it's
Okay.
true, like, I think it makes sense for you to do that.
Yeah.
We've had a city finance person on, like, you know, like, on the water authority, it made a lot of sense for a long time. And I'm not trying to make it a barrier.
No,
I think I just don't
yeah,
wanna, like,
I just wanna talk it
say
through,
for
because I'm
certain
trying to,
people,
yeah.
we interview for certain people, we don't.
And, which then makes me wonder about, then city staff would be the only people that didn't have to live in the city on some of these boards, right? Like,
Well, that's not,
but that's in their, that should be in their bylaws.
well, some in the,
That's
yeah,
in some
like
of the
RDA, you can own a business in town.
Mhm.
There are others, I think EAC, you can work in town, or like they're the newer,
Yeah.
I think the folks who have been established more recently, it's like you can own a business, work in town, or live in town to like serve on any of these.
Doesn't
Which I
state
think,
law, doesn't state law mandate for certain boards who is eligible for membership?
That's correct.
Yeah,
The
so,
Waste
and that would,
Authorities Act, yeah.
that would trump this anyway.
Correct.
Okay.
So, okay.
So, and then this position would it be in addition to like the positions that currently exist, like, we use the mark as an example, would it be, it would be fulfilling the,
Yes.
Yeah, because otherwise we have a lot of the board,
Okay.
like,
Sorry.
Drew sits on a couple of
what's the
those.
answer? That it is taking one of the,
It's
this
taking a
fills
slot.
one of the city
Correct.
seats on the board.
Correct.
It doesn't create another.
right, I just want to be sure. Okay.
So do we need an amendment to this, or do we need to table it for further discussion?
I'm okay with just amending just having the interview, taking that.
Do you want a motion with an amendment? Because we haven't motioned for it.
We haven't, no one's.
Yeah.
I move to approve the amendment to be appointed to ABC's, period, in the second whereas clause. I don't know, how do you?
We can amend it to include the interview process.
Right.
Okay.
To strike the without provision.
Okay. Do I have a second?
Second?
Discussion? Roll call.
A resolution of the Council of the City of Meadville amending the City of Meadville's appointment policy for city authorities, boards, and commissions. McKnight,
Aye.
Myers,
Aye.
Roa,
Aye.
Vogel,
Aye.
Kinder.
Aye. Resolution authorized signatures, agreement, Municipay.
So this one is actually something that has come from the county that we get to participate in. And I know it's something that we've discussed during budget season, is allowing residents to pay their taxes online. Something that I've looked into, it is very expensive for the city to process that ourselves. But part of the county, with their new tax system, they signed up to be able to take on credit card payments online. And so the offer came to the city to be able to collect real estate and per capita tax. No additional fees to us. The card holder would pay 2.25% as a fee.
That's what they're paying now, isn't it?
So what it would include is just a widget on our website, and then it would link into a page.
It will contain the notice that there is a fee.
Correct.
Thank you.
Yep.
The stormwater fees off the table. but
Right,
not
because
an
this is
option.
something through county.
Mhm.
Yep, but we do, we are looking into stormwater. But that's gonna get wrapped into us doing a bigger package.
And sorry, the relevance that it's through the county is that, because
We don't have to pay for it.
Well, sure. Oh, well, yes, yeah, sounds great. But we administer, we send out our own property tax and per capita tax bills, right?
County prints them now.
County prints them. Can we ask them to print our stormwater fees and then they can have this?
Yeah.
That rolls into the stormwater fee being processed online that we're working on. But I'll also tell you that Tracy in the office still likes to have her hands on those bills.
Can I have a motion?
Motion.
Second?
Discussion? Roll call.
Sorry.
Well, I don't have the resolution in front of me to read, so we'll just go with the McKnight,
Aye.
Myers,
Aye.
Roa,
Aye.
Vogel,
Aye.
Kinder.
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay. Public comment on non-agenda items.
Yes. We have Miss Nancy Asmus. She would like to discuss on the parking garage. Nancy, you're welcome to sit at your seat. You're welcome to come there. There is a 3-minute time limit, so I do have a thing. So once you start speaking, and then I'll just interrupt if you get to that spot.
Okay, I've had a shop here in Meadville for 20 years. I started in 2006. And I started over at the bank on Park Avenue. And then I moved over to the Market House in 2014. I have utilized the parking garage the entire time since I've been in the Market House. I've been feeding my quarters faithfully. And I guess my most concern is for the residents of Kepler Hotel, that was part of their agreement, that they had a place to park their car inside, protected, not on this street. These people are not in the position to go out the next morning after a snowstorm and shovel out their car just to be able to get to the grocery store. I also am concerned for the, what the effect it's going to have on the businesses downtown, where there's not going to be places for them to park. And that's going to definitely be an effect. The other thing, we have someone who is willing, from what I understand, to come in and purchase it or fix it up. And my motto has always been for 20 years, anybody who knows me, I always say, you'll never know unless you try. And if you don't try, you'll never know. And I would love to see Mr. Watkins step forward as he wants to do and have that for his tenants. So that's probably about all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, Mary Melvin. Okay, she's gonna pass. Thanks, Mary. Dennis Watkins.
Yeah, how are you doing? Hello to all. I think a lot of you know me from the Kepler Hotel. I've been over there for a few years, met with some of you in regards to purchasing the commercial space where Schaefer Law and things like that are. I think it's very important, and some of the meetings we had in the last week are going over paperwork that was provided to everyone that was in the Kepler Hotel. I do have a lot of copies on this, and I'm gonna leave it for Mary Ann. You can pass it around with others later on. That indicates that it is a requirement that was given to Kepler and enticing people to come down to move into the building. I think it's important for the Kepler Hotel, the community, all of the businesses. We also own some property on Chestnut Street, and we have some of the owners here for those businesses. I think that by eliminating the parking in that area, it's not only gonna affect Kepler Hotel, I think it's gonna affect all the small businesses in the local area. And I don't think that there's a plan on where those cars are gonna go at that, in my opinion, at this time, that I'm aware of. And I also don't know where the money is gonna come from to take it down and create a flat parking lot. I think that if I had an opportunity to get with council, my own council, and present it to you of an offer that would be something that you would look at and give us an opportunity to create that to be a safe space for all, for the community. And in Kepler Hotel, I don't have it off the top of my head, but I mean, we've got 3 individuals in there that are over 93 years of age. We've got one that's in a wheelchair, we've got 4 of them with walkers, and there's no way that they have trouble getting from the back building to the garage at this time. And them going out and having to clean their cars off is not something that they signed up for originally, and it's something that's being taken away from them that was provided for them, and they assumed that it was gonna be taken care of and provided for them the entire time that they were there. So I think that's important. I also think that it's important to be selfishly that it's gonna be taken away from the value of my property, and that there's no one gonna fill the building, there's no one gonna park there. And I think that, again, we have tenants over on Chestnut Street that use it, we have businesses on Chestnut that use it, and we wanna continue to try and fill the businesses that we were kind enough to buy from you as the city. And I believe that if we end up losing that parking, that they're not gonna come up to the square, and they're not gonna come to the Diamond, and not gonna park. They can't make it up there. They're gonna be parking in all the areas. The snowplow is gonna be a problem. I think that the trickle effect that's gonna happen from this is gonna be much worse than taking an opportunity and hopefully having an opportunity in the next week or two for me to present to the council of a plan that I would have of saving the garage, and hopefully the parking garage, and hopefully it would be something you would consider at that time. I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thanks, Dennis.
Okay, thank you, Dennis.
Certainly.
Jack Eels.
Dennis took care of it.
Okay, you're good. Okay, thanks, Jack. Revel. Frazier.
Hi. Ms. Minato, you're the one that speaks before the newspapers on the Coleman case?
Sometimes, yes.
You did? Okay. I thought so. My problem, I was gonna come here every week, or whenever you had a meeting, which I can't see on my glasses. I was gonna come every time, but I got sick. And after I healed from that, I was in the hospital a few days. And then after I healed from that, I couldn't speak, so naturally I couldn't stand here and speak. And I attribute that to God didn't want me to say anything, because I was angry, very angry, and probably wouldn't have been heard. Well, Then I decided to go on the last meeting you had, except I stopped to see her, and she took forever getting ready, and by the time she was ready, half the meeting was over, so I didn't go then either. But now I'm here and I can speak, and something happened in between those two meetings, and that's the verdict that happened. They said they did an investigation, and I kept telling everybody that's not an investigation, that's a think tank. They're gonna bring them in, they're gonna say, how do you get out of this? And let those people get together and they find a way out of it, and they found a way out of it. When are we gonna be able to see that body cam? We don't know? Anybody know?
So this is
Yeah.
public comment, and a lot of times it's just a listening. We do listen at this point.
Yeah.
So nobody's gonna, it's not customary for us to conversate or answer back. So I just want you to know that, so you don't think that we're like staring at you
Yeah, but
crazy.
she spoke to the papers, if I'm correct. So
She
she
did,
has
and
knowledge of what's going on
Sure.
one side. So do they plan on releasing that you've heard?
No, not at this time.
Why not? What's the reason?
so that should be it was, I mean,
It's under investigation
Yeah.
still.
No, it's not. They
No,
made
that
the verdict.
it's-
They said that they're
sure.
out of
No,
trouble.
but he is under investigation. That was my understanding from the paper.
What is
that-
he under investigation for?
He's
though,
got
if they've
trial.
already-
He hasn't been to trial yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, which
So
he
he's
shouldn't
charged
be.
with all those charges,
Yeah,
and so
yeah.
I think that was my understanding, yeah.
That's why we can't see the body cam. Because he's under investigation.
Because it's evidence.
Can't wait till
Because
they
he's-
show it. I'm going to that
Yeah.
file, and tell you. All right, that's all I just wanted to know.
Okay. Sorry, I probably didn't answer, sorry.
No.
I was trying,
Thank you.
thank you.
And Rebel, you can come in and talk to me again.
Okay.
Just like you did the last time, okay? We
Thank
can
you.
have some discussions.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Brianna Harper. Gotcha.
Terrible.
Hello, so my name is Serena Harper. I'm at 217 and 219 Chestnut Street. My front is, I have no parking out front. Usually it's used for the ARC, which is fine. I get a lot of customers, I love my dog. Anyways, our back parking lot is the Market House parking lot. I usually park my truck there because the parking garage freaks me out currently. But I would love for it to be a safe place for me and my employees to park. I don't have to worry about cleaning out my truck in January or my windshield wipers freezing to my, which is awful. I sell a lot of big items. I also sell live items. Nobody is going to park anywhere near the Diamond or not near my store and carry out a giant 45 glass enclosure for a snake. I would much rather use the parking garage. I'm so sorry, I'm terrible at public speaking. Dennis has been a fantastic landlord. Anytime I've had any problem, he calls me and fixes it immediately. Because of his construction background, I feel like he would be a great resource for fixing and utilizing the parking garage. He's a really overall great guy. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Thank you.
Yep.
All right, and then Vanessa?
Oh. Hi. I don't know. Okay. I just noticed something and just kind of wanted to bring it to attention. Maybe you guys could do a thing because, community, we're all in it together and whatnot, even the homeless ones. I was thinking perhaps give them, plug outlets reachable where they may be able to plug their phones in or whatever their devices that they need to charge since they don't have phones to charge them. I know you guys offer that cute little setup with the blue water cement there, with the umbrella and the seating and such, but I was thinking maybe more areas around town too, or something. I noticed the lamp pole is over by the Liberty, the bars, the North Street there, has lots of plugs. I'm like, maybe they could bring it down a notch. You can use the plugs and utilize them. So it's just, okay.
Thank you.
For them.
And I think we've got plugs at the diner, correct?
is the electricity on, right? Yes. Yeah, the electricity's on in the Diamond, and those are privately owned. That's the ARC space. That's not the city, but they do offer that with solar power, so.
Oh, okay, that's more a private thing.
No, I mean, anybody can use it. I'm just
Oh,
telling you, it's
okay.
not the city's, that's all.
Wide
But
open.
thank you.
I was
Thank you for being
wondering,
concerned.
what's up with all those plugs and all those lamps all the way down the road?
Right, and it's probably for Christmas. If the plugs are up high, it's for the decorations, but the Diamond is available.
Oh, okay, like Christmas and stuff,
Yeah.
okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay, yeah, thank you.
Okay, and then, Danita Westwhite.
Hi there.
There you go. I saw you sneak back there.
Guess I have to do this.
Yep.
First off, thank you for
Certainly.
trying to make a difference.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hopefully you won't forget about the little guy.
That's the one we look at the most.
It's ironic that 22 years ago, I stood in front of council begging them not to put up that parking garage. I get emotional. 35 years later, I'm back here, 22 years later, I'm back begging you not to take it down. My business literally is 9 feet from that garage. I've been there for 35 years. I employ 10 people who all have customers that park there and on the street. And what I read in the paper, this is how I found out this was all going on, by the way, because nobody takes the time to come in physically and talk to these small business owners. Why do I have to hear it from clients or read it in the paper? It's absurd to me. Because I've been in downtown Meadville for so long, this is my concern, the garage, nothing else, nothing else. I'm concerned for my clients, I'm concerned for my staff, I'm concerned for the people of the Kepler also. And I was told that Mr. Watkins had made an offer and it was refused. If he's willing to make you another offer, please consider that. And you know, maybe that's what it's gonna take. You know, let the city, don't be responsible for it anymore. You know, there's lots of other things you guys can worry about. So, amen to that. Thank you.
Mayor, that is all.
We'll do council member statements. Yep.
I have nothing tonight.
Right on. Gretchen?
Thank you to everyone who came and expressed that this is very helpful, and it's good for us to hear all the information that you and concerns that you have. And so just thank you so much, because it's truly helpful. And as always, thank you staff for all your work. It's been a lot of work and research on on all of this.
Thanks, Gretchen. Mayor?
Yeah, thank you all for coming. Thank staff for working. And I'd like to thank the ones that are here to represent and give their opinion about the parking garage. It shows that a lot of people care more about just the fun things in Meadville, that they're concerned about the safety of people that live in Meadville, that have a place to park, the elderly that don't have to worry about shoving their cars off. And me personally, I'm not speaking for council, but I'm speaking for myself. That is a concern for me, and I think in my heart, I think that's a concern for city council. But just we're trying to work. We're going to work together for the best of all. And some people may not be happy, some may possibly be, but we will listen to what's being said.
Thank you. Autumn? Yeah, also grateful for folks for coming tonight, for speaking with us, for shedding light and perspective, and also not for letting things drop and fall, and for keeping things kind of front and center, the things that matter and are important, and that we can't forget about. We've decided we are devoting next week's study session to the parking garage, as a listening session. So we did great listening tonight. Thank you for coming and sharing. In particular, like, would love to hear from Kepler residents, would love to hear from other folks too. I think it's really, really helpful that you folks were here tonight to share. And we're gonna just carve out that evening just for more of that, so.
Will it be still here? Because you won't fit them all in here.
This is where it will be.
Okay.
Well, I guess it's not true, I don't know, but
Maybe.
we'll move back and add another
If you-
right there.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, but yeah, we can, please extend the invitation. I've got some residents who have stopped me in the market house and gave me their phone number, so we can make sure that folks know and they're spreading the word. But we'll do that on September 9th, that's next Tuesday at 6 PM. That's the quarterly study session that we'll have, and we'll just devote it to the parking garage. And I'm hopeful that the MCRC had reached out to and offered to facilitate some stuff, so hopefully we can work something out with them as well soon. A space for us to be able to listen and hear and like work through some sort of solution. No one will, not all, we just won't ever be happy about parking in Meadville. I'm accepting that fact, but I'm like very hopeful we can find something that's workable. That's what I'm hoping for. Want to express gratitude to the folks who organized Celebration Meadville this past weekend. It was a great event, so thanks to the leadership of NAACP for putting that together. It was a beautiful celebration of our town. And this weekend, lots more great stuff too. The catwalk on Chestnut Street is Friday. That's organized by the Downtown Meadville Business Alliance, Meadville Independent Business Alliance. And then Saturday is Front Street cleanup and I think the recovery celebration in the diamond. So lots going on and lots to celebrate. Thanks folks.
Thanks, Anna. I also want to thank everybody for coming. I think it was a beautiful thing that we came together tonight and not just had concerns about ourselves, but had concerns about other people, right? It wasn't just a small business concerned about them. They were concerned about the other people that use the garage, right? So I just am really thankful that we came together as a community and talked about how this thing will affect everybody in our downtown. So thank you for coming in. Thank you for being a part. I want you guys to all be there next Tuesday. And I need you to understand that we are listening and we want to know, right? Like I'm gonna leave it at that. So we care about how this will affect you and we want to know because we need more ideas to come up with a really great solution, right? So please come back. Please be a part of that conversation. It's very important to us. We've got lots and lots of things going on this weekend. Let's be a part of those things too, right? Friday night, again, let's come together as a community. And again, thanks everybody. Thank you everybody for doing your part and meeting with people to try to find new solutions, right? I just appreciate you all, and Peter, thank you for all of the work you've been doing. It's not an easy task, right? And we appreciate it for your thoughtful reports and to make Meadville a better place. So with that, I'm going to ask for a motion to adjourn this meeting.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
McKnight.
Aye.
Myers.
Aye.
Roa.
Aye.
Vogel.
Aye.
Kinder.
Aye.